I've always been the type of person to give. And sometimes I'll even give something if it sacrifices my own. And that's when everything kind of turns south. Usually when people hear about, people being adopted, they automatically think a sad story. People kind of tend to think that people that are adopted have, communication issues and they're not open and because they're adopted. It's kind of like a profiling or stigma. I just happened to be adopted into a family where everyone was kind of on the same page. So I kind of viewed myself as a black sheep growing up. But me being an adult and actually starting to appreciate all the stuff they did for me, I don't really view myself like that anymore. My adopted mom, I grew up with her my whole life. So I treat her like, she's my mom. I didn't know my biological mother until middle school. High school, I was pretty all right. I actually became popular. I didn't really get into much trouble, except maybe distracting everyone. I actually had pretty good grades. I started adulthood around 17. Prior to that, 16, I had actually got arrested and they said that I needed counseling. Everything kind of just blew up in my face.
These young people are pretty darn smart. They're pretty smart. We underestimate that because they've been in the foster care.
How you been? Good?
I've been all right. I just got the car out of my name.
We have the resources here, so you got to reach out to us so we know how to. They know what they want better than any of us. This building is a building for young people that are transitioning out of foster care. We want them to know that no matter how far you go away from Journey House, you can always come back. Our young people have the opportunity to select one of these units through the program. We're actually a provider through the Milwaukee wraparound. When you come into one of these units, you're going to have a brand new unit. Everything was designed specifically for them. We want them to have the best of the best. It really breaks my heart that a young person would feel that they're not worthy to be in this place. And so they don't feel it, so they don't treat it that way. To us, it may seem like it's, oh, no brainer, you put garbage here. But someone who may have been through some trauma in their life and been through a lot of that transitioning, they don't really have that stable mindset where you really should have your garbage in the garbage can. We want them to understand this is something you take ownership of now. You do deserve to be in this place. One, because it was designed just for you. Two, you deserve to have a place to live and have shelter that's safe.
For the summer, I was actually in a group home. I got dismissed in 90 days, and that's the minimum time you can be there. So for me, that was like a big accomplishment and a bounce back in my life. My mom was so used to me being gone all week that we started running into issues and bumping heads a lot. It sort of got a little bit ugly. It got to the point where I had to, call my transitional coordinator to, find me housing when I turn 18. Somewhere stable to where I know that, I wouldn't have to be concerned about homelessness. When I moved over here, I knew nothing about the South Side. If you're walking around with nothing to do, then trouble will find you. for this food, I'm about to receive. Please have body, purified, sanctified in Jesus' name. Amen. I worked, I came home, and I kind of just felt lonely. Like, I don't have a personal life, kind of. One of my friends that is kind of always bouncing off the right and wrong track hit me up, asked if I wanted to chill, and I told him I had a place and everything. First, it was kind of just innocent stuff. We'd play like the Nintendo Wii, like Mario Kart. Then one day, he brings up weed. I guess he used to sell drugs. And he called, his plug or whatever. And I started picking up from him. And I didn't know that the guy that was driving around was homeless. Now, my place is, being used as a trap house. It became like a partnership. We called each other brothers because we kind of just struggled together. And what I didn't realize was the main reason why I was struggling was because I'm paying for food and stuff for him to not be hungry and, be housed. That's the first time I ever let a situation escalate to where it was out of my hands. One Thursday, my transitional coordinator came up, busted. They just kicked everyone out. I've always been honest about the situation that goes on here. The notice is basically kind of like, we still have to hold you accountable. So, I don't take this as, they're kicking me out. I take it as they're holding me accountable. It would be a fail to them to see me homeless. And with the motivation that I have, I don't think that I'll be homeless. How my mom kind of sees it, there's no running back home. Everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect. I know that this is just another thing I have to overcome. And I feel like I've overcome a lot of stuff already. I feel like this is just something else I have to, break down and, get out of.